Welcome, everyone. We are live today on YouTube and Facebook, as well as Twitter and Fanbase. It's good to see you all. This morning, because it's Thursday, we are going to test things always on Thursdays. At least I think we should, to, test it, see how we're doing. Because I find that sometimes we have the best intentions for practicing. You say, well, I'm just going to do this. I'll get it done. I'll set a schedule. Something happens, you don't follow it. Something happens again, you don't follow it. And then we feel bad. So if we take every single day, every day, if you were part of the lecture last night, he says when you get out of bed in the morning, don't do it the same way. Do it from a different perspective. He says to revise. If something didn't go the way you wanted it to go, you got a letter, you got a voicemail, an email, go back into that news and reimagine it the way you would prefer it to go. You see, every day we should be testing. Every day we should be testing what we know, applying it, and, working it out. That's what it comes down to. We don't wait until there's something and you say, well, I'm going to just try and do it here. Right? That's what happens. Well, I'll just try and do it there. But if we would just do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just practice every single day, as we told clients in acupuncture school, it has a cumulative effect. It has a cumulative effect, which means you do it today. What you've done today, you will build upon tomorrow. So on and so on. That's what the practicing every single day does for us. That's what it does for us. It strengthens us when we do it. Day in and day out. It emboldens us because we look at ourselves and we say, oh, wow, I can do that. This is what it comes down to. Every day, test it. Don't wait for a circumstance to arise. Because most of the time when the circumstance arises, we forgot we planted that. That's why we practice every day. Here's the process. And this process is not a technique. It is just simply the nature of man and how they do it. Man has a pattern. And if you follow the pattern, you'll be successful. That's why it's there, to guarantee it for you. I have to tell it to you every single day. Because one day you may hear it and it might not move you. 2 days you hear it and nothing happens. But then one day, having heard the same thing so many different ways, something clicks for you right there and right then. That is why we test it. step one. Know what it is that you want. Know what it is that you want. The disclaimer is this. When you have identified the thing, you're good. Because when you identify the thing, your body says yes or no. Your body, you'll feel it. And you see that feeling? How long can you sustain it? Until such time, you don't have to think about practicing. You just do it deliberately from that new place. And you persist in that. Neville Goddard says, you catch the mood of it, catch the feeling of it. How long can you sustain it? How long can you hold that feeling for? That is the process. There's no need, he says, to fret or wonder about how. The how will unfold based upon the state. So today, if you were part of that lecture last night, remember Neville says, question yourself. Am I really God? You ask yourself that question. Am I really? Is the law really real? You see, doing it every day, testing it every single day, in just those little increments, will get us so much further. Every single day we do it. And then, as Neville mentions, it becomes this lifestyle. It becomes the way you do things. And he says, then you'll see that the world doesn't really mean anything. It's what you've done with your spirit. So the encouragement for us today, know what it is that we want. Name that thing that you want. And as soon as you name it, it feels a particular way. And that way that you feel physically, sustain it. How long, how many days, so on and so forth. Sustain it. How long can you? So today, my beautiful friends, take the time. Take the time to test. That's what it is. Test it every day. Because you test it every day, you learn, you grow every day. You can weather anything because you know what you're doing. What if you wait till something happens out of the quote unquote blue and you're like, I don't know what to do. Let me hurry. Whereas if you test it every day and something arises, you can say, well, this would be the best course of action. That's what you'll say. Because you've got the practice under your belt. That is what I really wanted to remind us of. I'm just so caught up in that this morning. Because that's the dream I woke up from. Tell them to test it every day. over and over again. And I said, all right, that's what we'll do. So I want you to test it. I can't stress this part to you enough. But I know the emails are the evidence. Angela, I'm trusting the law more and more. Here's what's happening. I'm doing this. I never thought I'd do that. Why? Because they are testing it every single day. Every day. So this morning, I trust that you are inspired to try it. Do you know how amazing it feels when someone says, Angela, even my own family have noticed my transformation. I'm respected more. I love this new me. When people tell you those things, it doesn't just make me feel good because they have it. It makes me feel incredible because they are seeing the evidence. They're seeing the evidence of their labor. Whew. Guys, I might have to. Hey, y'all, pardon me. I'm feeling rather nauseous this morning. That's not a good thing. Hope you weren't eating. There you go. Thanks, Marquise, for telling me that. I'm feeling just a little bit nauseous, but I'm trusting it will pass. Not sure why. Perhaps I moved myself so quickly from a dream. I don't know. But I trust, right, that you today make it your business that you will follow through with your training, because that's what we're doing. We're learning how to be what we've always been intended to be. We're learning it. Right? So make that deal with yourself. You are worth it. This is what it is, guys. You want to be one of those people who writes me in my emails to tell me your success story? Well, then that will take the practice. It will take the practice. So don't focus on you. I might not know what to do. Am I doing it right? We work according to our nature. So observe yourself, and you will know how to practice. That's what I'm trying to convey to you today. It's just really weighing heavy on me this morning. It really is. So today, when we have group coaching at noon on Fanbase, do you know what it is that you want? Are you going to practice before lunchtime? I'm seriously trying to convey to you today the practice, of it, the application of it. I feel somehow convicted this morning that I myself should be doing more. Indeed. And I was like, huh, well, just make sure you're observing and not picking up any feelings of guilt, you know, for not being dedicated or persistent. See what that feels like? We beat ourselves up with that. So that's why I say practice every day a little bit and build on top of that daily. Daily. In the scripture, Paul says, I die daily, but he's not speaking of a physical death. Every day he gets up and he puts on the new man that he says he now is, instead of the old man that he was. So you see, practice. Practice. In every single one of Neville's lectures, he tells you how to apply the law. That's what he's teaching us, how to apply it. So you'll notice that he tells you how to do it in pretty much every single lecture. Why? Because he knows that faith comes by hearing. So as I told you at the opening, you may hear it today and it doesn't move you. You may hear it tomorrow and it doesn't move you. You may hear it the following week and it doesn't move you. But one day you'll hear it and it will move you. And that's why we can't change the message. It's to live our best lives in spite of what we see going on or hear by way of rumor what's going on around us. So this morning, my beautiful friends, take the time. Take the time. Let's welcome everyone, shall we? Driving Tea, see staff. I see you over here on Twitter. It's good to have you. Let's see. YouTube and Facebook. Queen Marat. Oh, darling, it's so good. It's so good to say your name. The Better Man won. And for the others who've not made themselves known in the chat, I see you. Fan base who's here. Wait, let me see. There. Oh, ZC. Yes, ZC was the first one in the room today for fan base. It was awesome. Uh, let's see. R is here. KZ, Stephanie, Thick, Joaquin, ZC, Hook a Brother Up, Oracle Treehouse, and Marquise. They're here on fan base. ZC, you're awesome. Listen, one of the main reasons why you want to take joy in the practice is because you don't have to remain the same. So don't practice and feel like, ho hum. Don't practice when you feel like that. Lord have mercy, no. It'll teach you. So if you practice every single day, you'll find that you're not swinging so much between emotions. You'll begin to level out, so to speak. So today, That is our focus today. Test it. Know what you want. Step one. Step two. What would it be like if you had it? As soon as you start to think about it, your body feels a particular way. Sustain that feeling for as long as you can, as many times as you can. And then that now becomes your new habit. And that's where you're living from. And you persist with that. You persist with it until your thing materializes. Until such time that it does. So that's why we practice. That's why we test the law. And when you test the law for yourself, you notice how nobody will be able to come along and say, but that stuff never works. No, you'll say, I've proved it for myself. What confidence is that? That's what it is. Right? That's what it is. Yes, ZC. Discipline. Being disciplined is very, very good. You listen, I can't tell you in words how good, but when you start to come into line with that disciplined self, oh, so much opens up. So much. Your whole character changes. Everything. It is not time for singing. No, it isn't. Don't scare me. Anytime, CC, anytime. So, my beautiful friends, this morning, I'm feeling a little bit better. I can sit up. That's good. Take the time to practice, but do so with joy. I'm not talking about wee, rainbows and butterflies. That's not what I'm speaking about when I say joy. It is the knowing, the deep knowing that I am is God. And that you've been testing it every day and you see yourself getting better at using the law every day. That feeling of joy. Because if you compare it to the doom gloom of my life will never change, those two things feel differently. So the one that feels incredibly beautiful, you'll know it when you feel it. You feel it. Practice today. Take your time and do it. You set your timer. Pick your day, whatever it is. But when you do it, follow through. And you will find that it builds one on top of each other like Lego every single day. And then you'll be skipping around in my DMs talking about, oh my God, my days are amazing. And I'll be like, yeah, I told you so. The law always works. I don't say it to you like that. I throw confetti instead. But that's what the daily practice gets for us. That's what it gets for us. Because think about it, the more you practice, if you have to stand in the gap for someone, you know how they tell you in church, intercessory prayer. If you practice that, seeing for others, seeing them as having their wish fulfilled, you'll notice how good it feels to want the best for others, that you end up getting the best for yourself. All of that is just cumulative, and it gets easier. It gets easier. So this morning, my beautiful friends, Shea Butter, she's here. And Li's here too. Let me get the bowl for us. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2. C staff, thank you for being here on Twitter. As always, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you then. Twitter is closed. YouTube and Facebook. Queen Marat. She says, I'm so grateful for God through you, Professor. Aw, Queen Marat. Thank you. Shea Butter. The Better Man won. I will see you all tonight, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love to you, YouTube and Facebook.